Thank you for coming tonight. That's a lot of applause for someone who only took 3 years of piano lessons and just knows how to play Very Heavy Little and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Chopstick. However, since you all are here, I have been practicing, and I may for an encore do Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's ambitious. All those farm animals and everything he has to remember. And it's true. But I wanted to do that just for you guys tonight. But no, seriously, you being here tonight means the world to me. You know, I haven't played in front of people for, how long has it been, Dan? 7, 8 years? So this is fun for me. So I appreciate you being here and putting up with it. So I say let's just get started, but first I got to take my shoes off. So we're going to start with a Queen song called Somebody to Love. So hold on. Is it too loud? All right, since my parents are visiting, I wanted to have all my friends over, which it's funny, we're in these circles, and it's funny, no one's all met in one place, so it's kind of nice having everybody here. But I wanted to not only share my love for the piano, but I wanted to give you a chance to meet the old folks. I mean, like really old folks. Now, what's funny is for some of you, even though we've been friends a really long time, you've never really heard me play the piano before. And then for others, you've heard me play a lot. So for those, you know that once I start playing, a completely different personality takes over. So what I thought I would do for tonight is share a journey through the songs that have impacted me in some way throughout my life. Now, I must warn you, I am trying to suck up to my parents because I'm trying really hard to win Child of the Year again. So my stories may be slightly slanted towards my upbringing. So I have about an hour and 20 minutes of music covering a wide range of styles and genres. So hopefully you will hear a song or two that moves you to either sing along. Now I know that's going to be Carlos and Steven. And maybe clap your hands as you're feeling the music. I don't, Jeff, Frank, I know you guys. Or even get up and dance. Rhea, you in, whatever makes you feel at home. There are no rules here tonight. Feel free to get up, move around, and get another drink. Our place is your place. Now, my favorite part of the day is waking up first thing in the morning and knowing that I have a brand new day ahead of me filled with fresh opportunities just waiting to be explored. So let's do the Beatles classic, Here Comes the Sun. Okay, we'll switch it up a little bit on this next song, and I'm hoping that you'll clap along. Now, this next song was a big hit by Stevie Wonder back in the 70s called Isn't She Lovely? Now, I know your first thought is probably, wow, he was around in the 70s? So, but when I was a kid, my sister, brother, and I, we'd dance around to this song until we were exhausted. So I thought for tonight, what I'd do is I'd start it off a little Tina Turner style, nice and easy. And then I will really get into it. So, but just like when I was a kid, this song still makes me want to dance around. So don't be surprised if you see me moving around a bit. Join in; it's a lot of fun. So. Finally remembered. Now, I've been playing the piano since I was 4 years old. That's me when I got my first electric piano from Santa Claus. I know I was dorky even back then. Now, I'm one of those people where playing the piano came very natural. Somehow at a young age, I could just read the sheet music and I knew how to play. I get it. I'm that annoying person who never really had to practice but played for the pure enjoyment of it. But I feel so fortunate to have come with this gift, especially when I can share it with others. So, now the piano has been an extremely important part of my life. This thing has been my constant companion through all the good and all the bad life has thrown at me. Now, I've played everywhere over the years, for bars, hotels, dinner theaters, shopping malls, ballet classes at SMUs, and of course, churches. In fact, I've been playing at churches since I was 15 years old, and I've always been a church pianist till about 7-8 years ago when Dan fired me. No, I thought I'd let the young kids take over because I was getting pretty old. So, no, I decided to take some time off. But what I didn't anticipate, I suddenly found myself with nowhere to play. And somehow I just stopped playing the piano altogether. And we just started doing other things. It's so sad. What's even worse is I didn't realize how much I missed it until the COVID lockdown. You see, Charles, Carlos, and I, we'd go on these long walks just to get out of the house, because back then, but we'd come across these people doing these home concerts. And people would be sitting on the outside, socially distanced, just enjoying the moment. And it was a real treat. And there are a lot of talented people we came across. We even heard this opera singer from the San Diego Opera a few times. She's in the upper right, left. She was fantastic. And then one day, we heard these two guys singing Joni Mitchell's song, Both Sides Now. Now, I don't have an affinity to the song. And it was one guy, he sang a verse and a chorus, and then there's an amazing piano break in the middle, and then they both came back in singing the chorus. But there was something about it. Something moved me on the inside, and I really wanted to start playing the piano again. So I came home, I introduced myself to my really old friend, the piano, and we picked up right where we left off. So I thought what we could do tonight is Both Sides Now, but sort of based on what I heard in my mind that day that moved me so much. Now, growing up, my parents made sure. Oh, I got to turn my music in the background. Yes, it is. I got my little foot pedal. I'm trying to. My mind is all over the place. It sounded like a great idea at the time. Now I'm really doubting it. Now, growing up, my parents made sure our grandparents were involved in all aspects of our life. In fact, almost every weekend, we got to stay at our grandma's at one of our grandparents' houses. Now, I thought it was a real treat, but now that I'm older and wiser, I realized it was just a way for my parents to get some peace and quiet on the weekends. But now, my grandparents, they couldn't have been further apart. My mom's parents, they were a little more uppity up, and they liked Lawrence Welk. While my dad's folks, they were simple country people, and they liked hee-haw. My mom's parents, they liked formal church. My dad's mom, well, it was the Pentecostal church. My grandma Kearns, she liked Liberace. My grandma Sally, of course, it's Floyd Kramer. Needless to say, I was exposed to a variety of musical styles growing up. That would explain why my chords in my hands sound more like a Baptist, while my feet, well, they're definitely Pentecostal. Now, I'd like to honor both of my grandmas tonight since they played such an important part of my life. We'll start with my mom's mom, my grandma Kearns. Now, she always wanted me to play really big versions of songs. She'd say something like, someone went through a lot of trouble to put all those keys on that piano, and I think you should be playing every one of them. I'd say, challenge accepted, every one, every song. So I thought what I'd do in tribute to her, I'd play one of her favorite songs, which is Theme from Love Story, Where Do I Begin? Now, I have to warn you, it is my cheesy and energetic interpretation, so you enjoy the ride. But I do play almost every note on this piano, not with glisses, like real notes. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. So you like cheesy? Is that what? Now, my grandma Sally, on the other hand, well, she was an excellent banjo player. In fact, that whole side of the family played musical instruments, and they were really fun to listen to. Now, grandma, She really played with a lot of passion and enthusiasm, and she could really make that banjo sing. I remember I wanted to play just like her when I grew up. Now, we'd often play together at her house, and I would always wanted her to start out on her banjo because she could play these amazing improv intros. And then she would shout out a song for us to play together. So, for tonight, what I'm going to do is a piano interpretation of what I remember her banjo intro sounding like. And I'll go into one of her favorite songs, which was Patsy Cline's Crazy. So, have you met my dad? You know why? It's one of her favorites. So, all right, here we go. Now, it's hard to believe, but Charles and I have been together almost 19 years. I know, it makes us feel old, doesn't it? Now, I could not ask for a better partner through life. I always refer to him as the rest of my life, and I hope that will actually be the case. Now, our relationship is definitely my proudest achievement. Now, I know he's going to kill me, and he's going to lecture me tomorrow because he does not like attention at all. So, but I do have to acknowledge, we actually have had a pretty tough year this year. Charles got diagnosed with bladder cancer, and we spent most of the year doing chemo and not really knowing what was in store. However, We did just find out a few weeks ago that he no longer has that aggressive high-grade cancer. Yeah. So, and although he still has another round of chemo he's completing, we're certainly heading in the right direction. It feels really good to have that heavy dark cloud on this house be lifted. And it feels incredible to finally get some good news. So tonight, we also honor Charles because, we're kind of heading in the right direction. So now I'm trying to make it up to him with his next song. So one of my favorite songs is called My Funny Valentine. It's a song about how love has the power to allow someone to embrace another's imperfections and to see them as perfections. It's a great feeling to have someone who sees you as you are, the beauty and especially the warts, but still loves you with all their heart just because you are you. So I hope you enjoy my interpretation of My Funny Valentine. That's what he calls me. That and get out of my way, bitch. All right, so let's switch it up a bit. I thought we could do a little game I'm calling Name That TV Show. Now, I actually stole this idea from Rhea, so There are so many great TV theme songs out there, so I've put together a selection of some of my favorites, ranging many decades. I know, many decades, believe me. Basically, you will soon discover all the shows that I watched growing up. Now, I did not get the gift of singing at all. The only time you want me singing a solo is if this place needs to be evacuated in a hurry. So if you hear me bouncing out of tune, run. So, I'm going to need some help on this next song, so I need a few volunteers from you guys. Now, the nice thing about having half the people here that are like musicians, there isn't any arm twisting required, so that part's really nice. So, Rhea, I definitely need your help.
Okay.
You can do this. I got the words for you, don't worry.
Good, because I've had 2 margaritas.
Oh, you're gonna know this.
Okay.
I gotta find it. All right, who do we want to have help you? How drunk is Carlos? Carlos?
Carlos! Come on!
All right.
Come on, we'll just have fun. Oh, hell yes!
With the break in the middle. This whole thing was because of this.
Oh
I got
my
this.
God.
The whole thing. All right, we need one more person. Who's it gonna be? All right, come on. Who's good? Who's good at being up here?
Dan, you sing.
All right, Dan, come on.
Oh my God, I don't need this. This will be. This is not a good choice.
No.
What are we doing?
Like there's several.
Oh my God, you're hilarious. Yes!
Yes, I've given you a little.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it. Oh, we can do this.
Have fun.
Ah!
We have confidence in them.
Okay, can we see?
I know.
Wait, this is.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, hell yes. a neighborly day and this beauty would. A neighborly day for a beauty would. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I've always wanted to have a friend just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Cause here together we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Come and play. Everything's A-okay. Friendly neighbors, there's variety. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Again, how to get to Sesame Street? One more time. How to get to Sesame Street? This one has no words, but it was Charles' favorite TV show growing up, so I'm trying to get lucky tonight. Only one song left after this one. You guys did an amazing job. I can't thank you enough. Oh, we'll help you with that. Hi, Mary Ellen. Yes, it is. Being a friend, travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. If you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would sing, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. It was either going to be a disaster or. Yes. I had that in. I had that as the second one, but I took it out because it was getting so long. Okay, where's my background music? Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing. I got them a gift for coming up here. It's a candle, and it says, "Live like Rose, dress like Blanche, think like Dorothy, and speak like Sophia." We should all strive to live in a world like this. All right. Thank you guys for doing that. All right. Oops, what'd I do? Okay. Oh, okay. I've always wanted to be one of those people who could just get up and play by ear and just wow people. In fact, I'd love for like Rhea. She'd be doing a show and she'd say, "Hey, Jeff, come on up. And let's entertain." Because, I'm a huge attention whore, so that is right up my alley. However, I just didn't get that gift. I have to have the music in front of me. My gift is more taking an arrangement, hearing it, and then interpreting it. And sometimes it's a completely different arrangement. But having the music in front of me makes me feel so comfortable, and I can just go to town. So to me, it's about the feeling or the energy of a song and less about the notes. So thank you for letting me share my interpretations tonight of these songs. I've never played them for anyone except for Charles and Carlos. So thank you for letting me do that. So, now The last time I played in front of an audience, sheet music was actually printed. You had to turn everything by hand. Now it's all done by an iPad, and you got a foot pedal. I got this other foot pedal for the TV thing and the changing the cameras and all that crap. And I'm a pianist. I'm starting to feel more like an organist. So, but I love the technology. It's pretty nice. So, now Les Miserables is still one of my favorite musicals, even after all these years. In fact, we even took our parents to see Les Mis at the original theater in London one year because I like it that much. So I hope you enjoy my interpretation of I Dreamed a Dream. Now, my parents, they met in high school. This beautiful woman right here met this handsome fella. And before you knew it, somehow they produced this crazy bunch. Now, they have been married now 62 years. They haven't? No. They have not killed each other yet. So, in my opinion, that has set a pretty good example for us all to follow. So, you know, it's great being in a relationship with the person you're in love with is also your best friend. That is definitely true for my parents. It's true for Charles and myself, and I know it's true for so many of you here tonight too. So, now there's a song that I just absolutely love called More from a movie, Mondo Cane. It talks about how more than words, more than my heart, more than anything, I could never love someone else more. You know what? That is exactly how Charles and I feel tonight about each and every one of you, for all the love and support you have shown us just by being our friend. So we would like to dedicate this next song to all of you in appreciation for all the laughs, the hugs, and even the tears we have shared together over the years. We know we have such amazing people in our life, and we love every one of you more than you'll ever know. All right. There's going to be a test at the end to see if you paid attention to everyone's names. So, now I'm sure, like many of you, there are things you've learned or heard throughout your life that you carry with you. A saying, a poem, a quote, maybe something your parents told you, something your minister may have taught you. For me, I have had two poems that I've carried with me over the years. The first one talks about taking risk. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. It reminds me of the importance to always be prepared. So when the time comes for me to bloom, I'm ready to leave my comfort zone and allow myself to blossom into all of my glory. So the other one is about trust. When you walk to the edge of all the light you have and you take that first step into the darkness of the unknown, you must believe that one of two things will happen. There will be something solid for you to stand upon, or you will be taught to fly. And that is the core of who I am deep down inside. It reminds me to always face life head on and move towards the unknown without fear or judgment, but with eager anticipation instead. These two poems have guided me over the years and given me the strength to persevere and trust that all is well in whatever comes my way. And as a gay man, I've learned perseverance along with a dash of hope. Well, they are important qualities. And for us older gay men, well, we have certainly walked a path of discrimination during this lifetime. But somehow we continue to move forward and we see progress. I mean, seriously, who would have thought in our lifetime people would recognize the simple but powerful truth, love is love? Really. So this next song was often considered the gay national anthem back in those dark days. And it is a song about hope. Dan used to sing it all the time. The words remind us that regardless of what you're going through or the dark times you may live in, always keep your hope for a better tomorrow alive, knowing that there is the promise that on the other side of the rainbow, dreams really do come true. So here is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Now, not many people know this, but I once drove through the end of a rainbow. Unfortunately, I did not find the pot of gold. It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was with my best friend at the time, Carl McDonald, and we were in his red Jeep convertible with the top off. We were so freaking cool back in our 20s. We were crossing over a bridge on this old country road in Texas, and we found ourselves in the green color of the rainbow. It was so magical. We felt something special had just happened, and we were probably destined for long and blessed lives. But unfortunately, my best friend Carl would be dead from AIDS within the year. He wasn't the first or the last person I knew who died from AIDS. If we go back a little bit in time to the late 80s, I found myself playing for the piano for the Cathedral of Hope in Dallas, which was and still is the world's largest gay and lesbian church. In fact, when I left, about 4,000 people attended each Sunday. And it was an honor to be chosen as the pianist for that church, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunity. In fact, I played there through the late 80s and all through the 90s. And if you remember your history, that placed me there right in the heart of the AIDS crisis. I mean, here I was, a young kid in my 20s, facing death on a daily basis. It got to the point where I was playing for 200 to 300 funerals all over the city a year. I mean, at first the pews were packed, but as the years went on, there was just simply no one left to come to the funerals. And many family members back then didn't even show up to their own son's funeral, simply because they were gay. I mean, it was really a cruel and hateful time back then. But over the years, I'd have people request that I play the Charlie Chaplin song Smile at their funeral. I loved playing that song and found it very appropriate for the times we were living in. After all, it was all we had, the ability to continue to smile and hope for that better day tomorrow. And although many years have passed since those dark days, this time still makes up a huge part of the person I am today. And like many of you, as we begin to age, we also start losing our siblings and our parents and our lifelong friends. But yet somehow, we have to continue to find a way to smile and to keep that hope alive for those better days ahead where we'll find that we still can laugh and smile and live life to its fullest. I wanted to take a few minutes tonight to celebrate the opportunity to have so many wonderful people in my life over the years and for the difference they've made to me. So here's Charlie Chaplin's song, Smile. If I was doing songs that have impacted me throughout my life, I had to do that one because it has. So, but thank you for allowing me to acknowledge the wonderful people that I've been blessed to have in my life and also in yours. So I wanted to include many more of your loved ones, but I just simply couldn't find the pictures. But know that they were in my heart when I was playing. So, and Stephen, know we're also going to be with you as your mom goes through her transition after she's fighting her battle with cancer. So I know you'll be in our hearts and prayers too. So now I have just a few more songs for tonight. But first, I want to thank you for coming and giving me the opportunity to play in front of an audience again. It's really been a real treat for me. So I've had this burning desire to do a home concert ever since Jeff Crawford, raise your hand, mentioned it to me about a year ago. So if you didn't like it, you can talk to him afterwards. So. But seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I'd like to thank Mike for making the wonderful drinks tonight. And Larry and Charles for keeping all the food going, and Charles for organizing this whole evening. So, now, my mom, she is a Disney freak. In fact, my whole family is, except for Charles and myself. Now, I know Dave DeCaro is also a huge Disney fan. Is there anyone else who wants to admit they're a Disney fanatic? Okay, Rhea too. All right. In fact, all right. My family is so Disney that my niece even got married inside Disney World. So, now, to make sure my mom is happy, I have put together a medley of some of my favorite Disney songs. But to make sure we all feel the magic tonight, I have something special for you. Let's see, Jeff and Frank, can you help me pass some stuff out? Frank and Dan, whoever. Yeah, I need help passing some stuff out. You guys are looking good. Yeah. Can we turn the audience camera on? Get this recorded. All right. Where's yours, Jeff? Yeah. You're not getting out of it either. All right. Now that we have our ears on, you think it's okay to let the magic begin? All right. Let's get going. Well, it's that time, the end of the home concert. Oh, I know. Mostly I have to end it because that was the last demo song on this electric piano. So. Hopefully you found a song or two that touched you in some way. Now, this last song is a song that reminds us to love ourselves as well as our friends and family. Regardless of whatever life throws at you, I promise you that you can always find, I forgot my suspenseful music, you can always find the good in the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Most of the time when you turn on the TV and watch the news, all you see is a bunch of negativity, and nowadays just a bunch of bullshit just to get people angry and mad at each other. But all you have to do is simply look around. And I promise you, you will soon see that the world really is still a beautiful place. A couple in love, giggling, holding hands, walking by. The beautiful colors of the sky, the trees and the clouds. The stillness of the night, birds chirping, the first light of dawn. I believe it is all these simple things, the things that truly warm your heart. That is where we're going to discover it really is still a wonderful world out there. So I thought for the last song, maybe you could join in and start to sing Louis Armstrong's song, It's a Wonderful Life.